first contestant.
Thank you, Madam Contest Master, and good morning, my fellow Toastmasters and fellow guests. We all had the experience of seeing a speech with many things that are fantastic and many things that could use improvement, and I will get into all of that. David Hanley spoke to us about how he wanted to make friends, take risks, and make an impact. And in so doing, by sharing his personal story, I believe he gave us both a rubric and a structure for how any of us can do the same things ourselves. The story basically went from a person being a fairly cerebral college student trying to make friends who may be a bit socially unaware or awkward to what's hip and new today, to a person who, by the end of the speech, looked sort of like a combination between the rapper Pitbull and the rapper Kanye West. David's hand motions were active through the entire speech. From the very beginning, he was tapping here, maybe a bit nervously, and then he certainly used his hands to garnish himself with thing after thing, and he spoke with his hands too. That was all very well done, my friend David. I don't know if this was intended to be a humorous speech or not, but it was very humorous. The most funny moment was when he stepped out in front with a fanny pack that looked like it had like ultraviolet rays coming off it in a mirror sense and said, "This is me taking risks." It also helped one thing that was a bit substandard in the beginning, which was volume. I was sitting in about the middle of the room, and it was a bit difficult to hear you in the beginning, especially as there were some chairs creaking. And for a speech like this, you do not want chairs to be louder than you for a person who's about midway in the room. I can only imagine that it was less impactful for people in the back. However, that improved as the speech went on because he livened up. He spoke louder as he put more and more things on, as he became more cool in the very essence of the speech that he gave. A few points of feedback would be more clear about giving context about the references of which you speak. As I grew up near New York City myself, and I'm maybe the same generation as you, I understood much of what you were saying. But there are many people in this club who may not know that 99 Problems is a very famous Jay-Z song from the same time period. They may not know what a phone or foam party is, and I myself didn't understand what you were saying until I had to research my brain to know what even you were talking about. I don't know what a foam party is, really. I think it was a foam party, or was it a phone party? I don't know. The speech title, again, make it clear, as that was not clear. And be clear enough so that this speech can be universally understood by someone of any demographic so long as they speak English. To make this better, if you were to give this again, David, I would suggest let people know beforehand when they can open their eyes when you did the little meditation segment so they can suspend disbelief. Otherwise, if people really listen to you, they'd have their eyes closed the entire speech. And I would end it with a thing of encouragement saying, if I can do it, I challenge you to do it too. Break out of your comfort zones and make an impact. Madam Contest Master.